5 days, family and friends held out hope that Patricia Ann Miles would be found alive. Last night, those hopes were dashed.
He is still searching for answers. They still have a lot of questions.
Now her family wants answers.
Students at Woodruff Elementary get a high-tech lesson in internet safety. I'm Jennifer Rakers. I'll have that story coming up on Fox 16 News at 9.
And an HBO movie about gangs in Little Rock makes its world premiere tonight. Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
Now, Fox 16 News at 9. First, complete local.
The search for 7-year-old Patricia Ann Miles is over, and tonight questions as to what happened and why remain unanswered. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Kelly. Donna has the night off. For 5 long days, those who live in Gilmore prayed and clung to hope that Patricia Miles would be found safe and returned to her family. But late last night, just off Highway 77 in Mississippi County, her parents' worst fears were realized. The little girl's body was found. 24 hours later, the investigation turns from a search for Patricia to a search for answers about her death. We begin our live team coverage tonight with Kathleen Berger, who joins us in Gilmore with the latest on the investigation. Kathleen?
Kevin, the town's grocery store still has Patricia Miles' missing flyer posted. This is the grocery store where Patricia was last seen riding her bike to when she vanished on Sunday. Yellow ribbons like this one are all over town, signs of hope. A hope that was strong here yesterday, but faded fast with nightfall.
The moment Crittenden County authorities pulled aside the biological mother of 7-year-old Patricia Miles, everyone knew. There's no doubt the body found in the brush is Patricia's. Nearby, Patricia's adoptive parents, Vicki and Reginald Robertson, leave the scene grieving in their own way. Today, family friend Renee Holmes talks on their behalf.
I've spoken with the adoptive mother, Vicki Robertson, and she wanted everyone to know that the family is still searching for answers. They still have a lot of questions about why this happened to little Patricia.
And so do criminal investigators. Babysitter Joanne Buchanan is already behind bars accused of kidnapping Patricia.
She's still charged with kidnapping at this time. There could be more additional charges.
And authorities say they're still interviewing more people.
There's always a possibility there's some more people involved, but I can't discuss.
Investigators can follow more leads because of the work of 2 volunteers, 2 searchers who independently found Patricia's body about a mile from where her bicycle was recovered. Now that Patricia's body has been sent to the state crime lab, investigators can get answers, and for the family, closure.
Waiting for the body to be returned from the state medical examiner, and at that time the family would make arrangements.
Arrangements for a funeral that everyone here in Gilmore was praying would not be necessary. Autopsy results giving the cause of death are expected sometime Monday. Live in Gilmore, Kathleen Berger, Fox 16.
The Morgan Nick Amber Alert was issued for Patricia on Sunday and was then canceled last night for obvious reasons. But the system itself hasn't been used that often here in Arkansas. Unfortunately, alerts that have been issued have ended in tragedy for some families. According to Arkansas State Police, there have been 39 alerts issued since 2000. Of those, 6 resulted in the death of a child, including Patricia Miles. The remaining 33 alerts were level 2, which typically means a non-custodial parent or another family member has the child. Well, here's a question for you to think about tonight. Do you know where your child is right now? According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, there are between 3,000 to 5,000 non-family abductions each year. That's about 10 abductions every day. With that in mind, how prepared are you if and when the unthinkable happens? News of 7-year-old Patricia Miles fresh on the minds of every parent.
Your heart goes out to that family. You can't imagine what they must be going through.
Brian Watkins is a father of 2.
You start to think about ways you could avoid or help your child avoid becoming a victim like that.
Experts say when a child is reported missing, the first few hours are crucial to recovery. Parents often waste time searching for photos, providing descriptions, and looking for other pertinent information. Valuable time that is lost. That's why you and your child need to be armed.
The more our young people know about tips to be safe, the more parents know about tips to be safe, the greater the likelihood that we can avert a tragedy with a child.
The tips Attorney General Mike Beebe is referring to can all be found in this kit. Inside, important information.
These packets actually have DNA material, they have fingerprints, they have IDs, they have a lot of personal identifying information that ultimately can help law enforcement.
When completely filled out, do exactly what it says at the bottom of the page. Keep it in a safe place and update it every year.
We definitely need to take the time to do something like that.
Hopefully you'll never have to use it, but if you do, it could very well help authorities locate your little one sooner rather than later. Now, abductions are one thing, internet predators are another. That's why SBC is traveling to 50 cities, including Arkansas, to teach life-saving lessons about internet safety. Fox 16's Jennifer Akers has that story.
What types of things do you do?
These students at Woodruff Elementary in Little Rock are raising their hands because they were just asked if they like to play on the internet. Their intentions are just to have fun, but internet predators use the internet to troll for their victims. Victims like these unsuspecting children. That's why SBC is traveling the country with a multi-state program called SBC Hometown Tour. Jessica Nunez is one of the presenters.
The presentation has a bad character in it that they're trying to catch, and they're working with an internet superhero, and they're helping the internet superhero catch this guy by answering questions about safety.
Now, this internet training program isn't just a lecture or giving the kids a speech. It's actually an interactive computer program where kids get involved by dressing up in costumes. Once the kids are decked out in their costumes, the games begin.
When you receive a bad or scary message on the internet, what do? Tell your parent? All right, let's see. Good job!
Janice Wilson is the principal at Woodruff Elementary and says she welcomes the program because it could be what it takes to prevent one of her students from becoming a victim.
We want them to know what to do if something comes up on the screen that they know they should not be looking at, or if by chance someone is trying to tap in and chat with them.
Fourth grader Tamara Jones says the game was not only fun but educational.
I learned that you're not supposed to give out personal information on the internet, and that don't answer emails that you don't recognize.
In Little Rock, Jennifer Akers, Fox 16.
Good program. If you'd like more information about how to keep your child safe from internet predators and on child identification kits, please log on to our website at fox16.com. We provided several links on both subjects for you. An update now to a story you saw first on Fox 16. New at 9 tonight, Fox 16 has learned that one of the suspects in Tuesday night's drive-by shooting is an employee of the Metropolitan Emergency Medical Service, or MIMS. John Swanson, the executive director of MIMS, confirms that Ivan Lamont Stevens has been an EMT at MIMS for about a year now. Swanson says Stevens is suspended until the issue is resolved. He says a thorough background check of Stevens did not indicate this type of behavior. 4 girls were injured in that shooting. Stevens and Brian Lockhart are both charged with 4 counts each of first-degree battery. A tip leads Pulaski County Sheriff's deputies to a meth lab near Cabot. Sheriff's deputies went to the home to check on the welfare of children living there. When they arrived, they found evidence of an active meth lab and experienced eye and lung irritation. They then asked to search the home and found the meth lab in the basement. 2 people are now in custody. Officers say they will face drug charges and charges of endangering the welfare of a minor. 4 children ranging in age from 1 to 9 lived in the home. They are now in state custody.
The Plaza County Sheriff's Office would like to send the message out to people who are operating these meth labs when they have these children present that we're going to have a zero tolerance attitude. We're not going to put up with it.
And in Lonoke County, sheriff deputies have busted 4 meth labs in the last 2 days. 6 people there have been arrested on drug charges. Well, 1 man is dead after a fire at a North Little Rock home, and there's the evidence. The fire started at around 12:40 this morning along the 4500 block of Frank Street. Police say 65-year-old Williard Sayre was found lying inside the house on the floor. The fire department says the cause is still under investigation, but at this point, it appears to be accidental. The lights are back on for more than 4,000 energy customers in central Arkansas. Company officials say last night's powerful lightning and storm damage caused power outages lasting anywhere from an hour to as much as 10 hours in some places. A car accident in Little Rock knocked down 2 power lines, which left 1,900 homes in the dark.
Now, your Fox First local forecast.
And those rumbles that we heard early this morning were gone, but now we're hearing more of those make their way through the state as we have another batch of storms moving through. Luckily, no severe weather last night, no severe weather at this time as well. Live Super Doppler 16 shows you where the rain is at this time, and it's actually pretty much centered right in the center of the state. This is kind of a wider view encompassing the central part of the state. As we get a little bit closer, we'll show you some of the stronger stuff. First, we're going to take you up near Searcy, and there is some stronger stuff just moving off to the east, and that's where most of the lightning has been concentrated with that little batch of storms moving just east of 67. And then we have some storms basically straddling Highway 270 at this time, moving just south of Hot Springs. And these are all moving through the Little Rock area as well. Again, no severe weather, but we're not done with it. We'll start off with tomorrow morning, 68 degrees to start the day, as things still could be stormy for some of us during the daytime. But as we head through the day, the rain showers are going to lessen for the center part of the state. As you make your way south, that's where a better chance of rain is, high of 84 tomorrow. And then 72, as most of the rain should push to the south. But we have a front that took its time getting here, and it doesn't look like it's quite ready to leave. We'll talk about that. And also, we did set some records, too. We'll talk about that, too, coming up. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Nate, thank you very much. The Pulaski County Election Commission is considering recommendations made by voters. Today, the commissioners heard from people in the College Station, Granite Mountain, and East End neighborhoods of Little Rock. They expressed their dissatisfaction with voting location assignments. Now the commissioners will decide what action to take. A judge postponed a hearing in a court action by the Clinton Library Foundation. The foundation is challenging a denial of state tax breaks. The foundation says it should get certain tax breaks because of its nonprofit status. The hearing was to be held this afternoon. The State Ethics Commission and Governor Mike Huckabee have agreed to accept a court ruling that Huckabee made a minor campaign violation. A judge ruled last year that Huckabee's 2002 re-election campaign improperly used $10 to pay for a gospel event. The commission dropped a complaint that Huckabee improperly accepted a canoe as a gift. Well, 10 years ago, 2 filmmakers exposed gang warfare right here in Little Rock. Tonight, their new film updating the lives of former gang members premiered. We'll have that story for you new at 9:30 when we go back to the hood. And MIMS takes a new life-saving technology on the road. That story and much more coming up on Fox 16 News at 9.
Watching Fox 16 News at 9 with Donna Terrell, Kevin Kelly, Fox First Weather Chief Meteorologist Troy Bridges, and sports with David Rath. Fox 16 News, first, complete, local.
Everyone's becoming carb conscious.
Huh. Yeah, even me.
Introducing Arby's new Market Fresh Wraps with tender grilled chicken, authentic cheeses, fresh veggies, and tasty sauces. Try the Chicken Caesar or the Southwest Chicken, each made fresh when ordered on a low-carb wrap. Lots of flavor without a lot of carbs.
I can't wait to wear my new bathing suit.
Try Arby's new Market Fresh Wraps. Counting carbs never tasted so good.
Announcing the first ever world clearance of new Hondas. And where else could it be than Honda World in Conway? Over 200 new Hondas to choose from. Clearance price to move out fast. Accords, Civics, CRVs, Pilots, and Odysseys in all shapes, sizes, and colors. New and certified used. It's a Honda World clearance only at Honda World in Conway. Exit 129 is your entrance to savings.
Tonight's newscast is sponsored by the law offices of Weber and Phillips and Honda World of Conway. And tonight's Super Doppler 16 forecast is sponsored by UAMS.
I am more, much more, than a hospital.
I am turning research into cures.
I am UAMS,
leading the way in health education.
I am sophisticated care
for the seriously ill.
I am where you need me most.
I am
teaching,
healing,
searching,
serving,
and every day,
I
come to life in the hands of some of the brightest doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals in Arkansas. UAMS, where medicine lives.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for, the Ford Model Year Clearance, where you can get up to $5,000 cash back on your favorite Ford cars. Plus, receive no charge maintenance for 1 year on Ford Focus and Mustang. That's up to $5,000 cash back on Ford cars, plus 1 year of oil changes and tire rotations on Mustang and Focus at no charge. Look for the clearance cash sticker at your local Ford dealer. The Ford Model Year Clearance. This is the one.
Fox 16 News at 9 has Arkansans everywhere talking, even the Arkansas Times. The Times says, where everybody else seems to have trouble some nights filling a half hour, KLRT's newscast is 1 full hour. Of investigative reporter Dwayne Graham, the Times writes, there is no illegal dump he won't pick through, no crooked businessman he won't chase with a microphone. See why Arkansans everywhere are talking about Fox 16 News at 9. First, complete, local. You're watching Fox 16 News at 9. First, complete, local.
It's a scary situation. You're hurt or a loved one is having a heart attack. After a call to 911, an ambulance is dispatched. Time is crucial. But MIMS Ambulance Service is installing new technology that will help save time and lives. Fox 16's Tyler Baldwin has more.
When MEMS receives an emergency call,
you got a baby not breathing good?
Every second counts.
Minutes, even seconds, can make a difference in an outcome.
This new technology, for the first time ever, combines GPS tracking and electronic patient care reporting all into one portable computer that will be installed in all MIMS ambulances. It will cut down on the time spent filling out paperwork and the time spent verbally relaying location and driving directions from the dispatch center to the paramedics. Now, when a call comes in, the dispatcher knows exactly where the location of that call is and the location of the ambulances. They will then verbally relay the quickest driving directions to the EMT. The EMT would then write that information down and try to plot the best route out. But with this new technology, they will actually send over a digital picture of the best driving directions.
By having that link to the vehicle itself, it gives us an immediate picture of what dispatch sees and a real pinpoint to where that address or that location is we're responding to.
Okay, great. We've got help on the way.
And it eliminates the filling out of paperwork. Paramedics can use the touchscreen to list symptoms and ailments and even use a printer in the back of the ambulance to make a copy to quickly hand doctors once they arrive at the hospital.
And by going to the electronic documentation, it'll speed that process up and minimize the amount of time that we spend in documenting and maximize the amount of time we're available to respond to a call.
Reporting in Little Rock, Tyler Baldwin, Fox 16.
Each portable system costs about $3,500, and officials say every MIMS ambulance should be equipped with the new technology by the end of this month.
Now, your Fox First local forecast.
Well, I don't know about you, but the Kelly household was rocked last night. My kids were up screaming, the lightning, the thunder. Wow, what a show.
Did you get to go back to sleep before you had to get back up for school?
I did.
Yeah,
Mom stayed up late.
I was sleeping comfortably, and then Mother Nature's alarm clock hit, and I was like, okay.
Are we going to get more of that?
Well, we're actually experiencing a little bit of it right now, but it's not that big of a deal. And I expect that as we head through the night, it shouldn't really be that big of a deal for us. But some of us are probably getting sick of the rain, especially places like Hot Springs, which picked up a tremendous amount of rain last night, nearly half a foot. Right now, though, let's take care of the numbers because this is pretty much a lie. These numbers I'm showing you, because the rain's entering the picture in many of these towns. And what's happening is that rain comes in, that'll knock your temperature down by 5-10 degrees in a matter of minutes. So enjoy these near 80-degree temperatures that we have because they're not going to last too long. It's 79 in Sheridan. Already feeling the effects in Benton where the rain's been falling a little longer at 75 degrees. Conway's at 78, still holding on to the 80s. In Pine Bluff. In Little Rock, we're at 79 degrees, but the thunder is lurking. We can actually hear it over the building where we are now. Heat index up there because the juice was up just a little bit tonight, up to 72. Humidity at 79%. Our winds are southwest at 7 miles per hour. And this is how the radar looked over the last loop, but I want to flip it over to live Super Doppler 16 and show you where things are at this time. There's Little Rock right there, and then Hot Springs just to the south and west of us. Up to the north near Searcy, the storms are pushing away from them and actually headed off to the east. That's probably the strongest batch that we're seeing, so probably some gusty winds with that. And you can actually see the little bolts of lightning showing up from time to time. Those are the strikes that we're indicating as well. But all this is not severe, and we're not expecting anything severe, but just expect the rain showers to continue for a few more hours. But unfortunately, the system that brought all this to us is going to stick around. The radar kind of shows you where that's at. You'll look towards the end of this loop and you'll see it starting to line up right here. That's our front. But that front just yesterday was about right here. So it's not moving very fast at all. So that's going to slide its way south. You can kind of get a better picture as we step out where it kind of lines up. You can see the line that goes all the way from basically Tennessee back into Texas, and that's the system we're going to be paying attention to. As we examine this thing, there's actually a couple different areas we're watching. We have the front just to the north of us. That's our rainmaker. We also have an area of low pressure. It's just a little tiny one, but it's enough to enhance it. That's what's creating the rain at this time. The other thing that's going on with this system, the back end of it, it basically ran into some tar, and it's stopping. It's going to hit the brakes and kind of slow things down. And then up to the north, we have another area of high pressure, a cool area of high pressure that's trying to come down. Very similar to what we've seen happen several times this year. This one's a little bit different, though. As the system pulls to the south, that back edge is going to hang up in the southern part of the state. So a lot of times this year, we get the cooler air come to town. Not this time. We're just going to get the cool. This thing's going to get deflected off to the east. So we're not going to get as cool as we have in recent days, as we've seen in the last few months or so. There goes our showers. They're going to stay. Notice how they just kind of hang out to the south and don't really go anywhere. That'll be the case for tomorrow. Sunday, they push a little bit farther south, so keep the umbrellas handy. For the rest of tonight, though, we drop to 68 degrees. Not a repeat of last night, but you might hear a rumble of thunder from time to time. And then tomorrow, we warm up just a little bit more, up to 84. Storms mostly early, and then they push off to the south. You'll see the symbols on here, but I think Sunday will be, for the most part, spared in the central part of Arkansas. But down to the south, they'll get the rain. Then it comes back for Monday and Tuesday. And then guess what it brings, Kevin? Heat.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some heat to talk about that's coming up on the 7-day. And so August is going to end on a little bit of a warm note, I think.
But the cool is not as cool as the cooler. But
No,
we'll take it.
Yeah, just a little bit shaved off the temperatures we're seeing right now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Nate. We'll check back in with you for the 7-day. Well, Democratic presidential candidate John Kerry does damage control over ads attacking his war record in Vietnam.
Kerry lied to get his Bronze Star. I know. I was there. I saw what happened.
How Kerry's fighting back still ahead, and more cases of West Nile virus are found in Arkansas, but we've got information that could help you avoid it. We'll tell you about a website that monitors mosquito activity in your neighborhood next.
When you need legal advice, a friend that you can trust.
Financial difficulties can impact every aspect of your life. If you find yourself in a financial crisis, bankruptcy may be a practical option. You want an attorney who has experience, offers personal service, and will treat you with respect. At Pray Law Firm, our goal is to work with you to achieve the best possible result. Call for a free consultation.
Get a fresh start with Pray Law Firm. Pray knows the way.
Now let's go. I got one, want one, gotta get one, gotta have one.
You gotta eat.
Rallies. Wait to get it, let me have it, gotta get it, now you got it. Yeah.
You gotta eat.
Rallies. Well, alright. Cool, you got that.
You gotta eat a Rally's Mushroom Swiss Burger or Crispy Fish Sandwich, just 99 cents. Your choice, Mushroom Swiss Burger or Crispy Fish Sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
Yeah. Give me that. You gotta eat.
Want to triple your cash? Other Chevy dealers may give you the cash rebate, but at Crane Chevrolet, we'll give you the cash rebate and triple it with Crane Cash. A $4,500 rebate becomes a $14,000 discount now with Crane Cash. Plus, choose from hundreds of new Chevys with discounts up to $14,000 and pay just $0 down and $125 a month. Hurry, triple your cash rebate with Crane Cash. Through Monday only at Crane Chevrolet, Little Rock.
The Crane team's got 'em!
Tonight's first weather report is sponsored by Pray Law Firm. And tonight's first health report is sponsored by Baptist Health.
When we say 2 for 1 at Hankey Brothers, we mean it. Buy siding from Hankey Brothers and get windows free, or buy windows from Hankey Brothers and get siding free. That's 2 for 1 any way you look at it. We'll even say it twice. Buy siding and get windows free, or buy windows and get siding free. And remember, when we say 2 for 1 at Hankey Brothers, we mean 2 for 1. See?
Looking for an affordable place to live in Little Rock? Valley Heights Apartments on Cantrell Road has it all. Newly remodeled apartments, clubhouse, pool, and a playground. Valley Heights Apartments is the perfect choice for your family. This great location is close to shopping, schools, and bus routes, making them a must-see. Call 666-0248 or visit Valley Heights Apartments today to learn about our move-in specials. Affordable living with all the comforts you'd expect. Valley Heights Apartments, 6900 Cantrell Road, Little Rock, across from Steinmart.
Now, First Health on Fox 16.
Another case of West Nile has been reported in the state. A horse in Columbia County that tested positive for the West Nile virus has died. Birds have tested positive for West Nile in 23 counties, most recently in Lono County. The virus has also been detected in humans in Arkansas, but no one has died from it so far this year. The disease spreads to animals and humans through mosquitoes that feed on diseased birds. And speaking of West Nile, recent CDC figures show more and more states are reporting the virus. New Centers for Disease Control and Prevention figures show that as of August 3rd, the 42 states in yellow have reported non-human West Nile virus cases. Now, in addition to those cases, 495 human cases and 10 deaths have been reported in the 24 states that are highlighted in red. And as we just said, West Nile is carried by mosquitoes. Well, guess what? Now there's a website that gives you a 24-hour mosquito forecast right in your neighborhood. All you have to do is punch in your zip code, and it actually tells you how bad mosquito activity will be in your neck of the woods. Now, to access that website, log on to our website at fox16.com and just click on the link. Well, the FDA is revising antidepressant labels to reflect suspected links to teenage suicides. Agency officials released documents today saying it's relying on a new study released by Columbia University. In it, researchers say there's a significant connection between suicidal tendencies in young people and drug treatment. The FDA said it's moving to get warning labels placed on antidepressant bottles. A new teen survey links sex and drugs. The survey by Columbia University's National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse finds the more time teens spend with their boyfriends or girlfriends, the more likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. The center's president says the results show a tight connection between teen sexual behavior and substance abuse. He warns that parents whose children are dating or sexually active should be on alert for signs of substance abuse. A decade ago, an HBO documentary brought national attention to the gang problem here in Little Rock. Well, now a new film is taking another look at the subject, updating the gang wars and showing how some former members turned their lives around. We'll have more on tonight's premiere. It's all coming up next right here on Fox 16 News at 9.
Most hospitals have a special procedure for heart transplants. They send them to us. Baptist Health Heart Center. Still first, still our best.
This is the one sales event you've been waiting for, the Ford Model Year Clearance. Get a total of $5,500 cash back when you finance through Ford Credit on Explorer, the one SUV that outsells every other SUV, and on Expedition, the one full-size SUV with fully independent rear suspension. Get $4,500 cash back plus $1,000 clearance cash for $5,500 clearance savings, or choose 0% for 60 months. Look for the clearance cash sticker at your local Ford dealer. The Ford Model Year Clearance. This is the one.
A careless driver causes an accident. You've been seriously hurt. What do you do now? You call Duncan and Rainwater, real lawyers for real injuries. Get the money you deserve for medical bills, lost wages, pain, suffering, and more.
One call to us and you'll get the power and resources of our law firm working for you.
Duncan and Rainwater, real lawyers for real injuries. 1-800-434-4800.
Woohoo! Looks like they made Jet Dry even better. Look, 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 look. Shiny! This new Jet Dry really makes a difference. Sorry, Jet Dry only works on your dishes. New Jet Dry, the best shine every time.
Airwick Decasphere lets you control the fragrance level in your home. It's the air freshener that gives you exactly the right amount, exactly where you want it. Only Airwick by Wizard brings you the fully adjustable Decasphere.
J.D. Power & Associates just named the heavy-duty Ram highest-ranked heavy-duty full-size pickup in initial quality. With an available Cummins 600 turbo diesel that delivers more diesel power than Chevy and Ford. And it's backed by a 7-year, 100,000-mile engine warranty. And during the summer sales drive, you can get a $2,500 cash allowance on the Ram Heavy Duty. So grab the truck honored by J.D. Power and Associates at your Southern Dodge dealer.
The fight against heart disease has numerous risk factors. Not coming to us is one. Baptist Health Heart Center. Still first, still our best.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9. First, complete, local.
The powerful presence of gang violence in Arkansas was brought to our attention 10 years ago with the documentary Banging in Little Rock. Well, now there's a new story being told about Little Rock gangs, a story of hope. Fox 16's Tyler Baldwin joins us now live with more. Tyler.
Hundreds of people gathered in North Little Rock tonight for the premiere of Back in the Hood, Gang War Part 2. Now, the crowd that's gathered there tonight is making a difference. All the proceeds from ticket sales, as well as a silent auction held during the premiere, go to Butterfly Community Ministries, a nonprofit organization that helps at-risk children. U.S. Congressman Vic Snyder and Attorney General Mike Beebe were in attendance tonight. Also present, the star of both movies, Lethal Jackson. He says, unlike the first movie, where he's known as OG or original gangster, he tells us this movie has a much bigger message.
This movie is very balanced, I think, and it shows the law enforcement's part in their continuous struggle, and it also shows the struggle of common folk, you know, going out making mistakes, going to prison, you know, coming home trying to raise their families.
Now, our own Donna Terrell attended the premiere, and people she spoke to who saw the film are using adjectives like moving, awesome, and eye-opening. Now, the film does portray the harsh reality of gang life, so there is adult language, adult content, and violence. But if you missed tonight's premiere, you can catch the movie on HBO Network August 26th at 10 p.m. Reporting live in the studio, Tyler Baldwin, Fox 16.
The FBI believes terrorists have a new target in America, Armed Forces Recruiting Centers. America's top domestic law enforcement agency has reportedly received intelligence that indicates the centers could come under attack sometime in the future. However, one official warns that this information is uncorroborated and unsubstantiated. Still, sources say the centers are taking appropriate measures to deal with the threat. A French-American journalist taken hostage a week ago today in Iraq reportedly will be released tonight or tomorrow. An aide to radical Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr tells CNN he's been assured that Makah Garin would be released by his kidnappers. Garin was kidnapped 1 week ago. He was working on a documentary on Iraqi archaeological sites that are endangered by the fighting. Well, John Kerry's campaign has lodged a formal complaint with the Federal Election Commission against ads questioning his war record.
Cut off ears, cut off heads.
The accusations that John Kerry made against the veterans who served in Vietnam was just devastating.
Randomly shot at civilians.
And it hurt me more than any physical wounds I had.
The new ad by the so-called Swift Boat Veterans for Truth shows their outrage at Kerry's anti-war activities. The Kerry camp claims the Swift Boat Veterans Group is a front for the Bush campaign. The group denies any connection with the Bush family or the Republican National Convention. A New York Times article today details alleged links between the Bushes and the group. The Bush camp says those links are unfounded. Meanwhile, President Bush spent the day at his ranch in Crawford, Texas, working on the acceptance speech he'll deliver in 2 weeks at the Republican National Convention. Arkansas State Police are investigating a special agent of the department's Criminal Investigation Division. Police say the agent may have violated a policy by opening a public corruption investigation into officials of the Saline County Sheriff's Department. They say the agent requested a polygraph examination of a former Saline County Sheriff's deputy and collected witness interviews. But they say the special agent never developed any factual evidence of a criminal violation. A former Hot Springs man is convicted of 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault. Randall Sane was found guilty of molesting his 2 stepdaughters while their mother was at work, both girls under the age of 10. Sane has been sentenced to 20 years in prison and a $15,000 fine. An arsonist has burned another wooden bridge in White County. It's the 7th in 6 years. This is a look at a bridge that was burned last month on Curtis Davis Road north of Bald Knob. The latest fire was on the bridge across Mingo Creek, also near Bald Knob. The fire left an 8-foot by 10-foot hole. Officials say all of the bridges that burned have weight limits, and some have been burned more than once. The reward now is up to $5,000. It was originally $1,000. If you have any information, please call police. Well, what does Harding University have in common with Harvard? No, it's not that they both start with the letter H. We'll have the true answer for you. It's coming up next.
And coming up in sports, the Conway Wampus Cats looking for more in 2004. Also, we have the lowdown on Henderson State. That and a whole lot more later in the show.
A champion cannot be forged from the harsh coldness of winter unless the die is cast in the grueling heat of summer. The triumphs of 2004 begin today. The Dallas Cowboys take the field against the Oakland Raiders.
Saturday at 8 on Fox 16.
Every mistake, every accomplishment, every choice you make is a chance to make your life better.
The Larry Elder Show.
Weekdays at 10 this fall on Fox 16.
Super Doppler 16 current radar conditions, sponsored by UAMS.
There are plenty of reasons to choose Dodge Grand Caravan over Toyota Sienna and Honda Odyssey. Caravan has stow and go. They don't. Caravan offers a convenient overhead storage system and 12 cubic feet of in-floor storage. They don't. And qualified returning Daimler Chrysler owners who grab a new Caravan by August 31st can get $3,000 in combined cash allowances, which makes Caravan cost thousands less than those other guys. That means Dodge has your next minivan and Honda and Toyota don't.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've had a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
That was me just over a year and 105 pounds ago. Now, if I can lose weight, anyone can. I'm Governor Mike Huckabee, and I have a challenge for all Arkansans. Let's take control of our health and our health care costs. Did you know that if we maintain a normal body weight, exercise 3 times a week, and don't use tobacco, that we're likely to live 13 years longer? Let us help you get started. Call this toll-free number for more information or log on to our website. Let's work together for a better state of health.
Want more adventure this summer? Get more at the Jeep Summer Sales Drive, where you can get a $1,000 bonus for $4,500 in combined cash allowance on Grand Cherokee. Want even more? Get an Owner Care Convenience Package, which includes oil and filter changes and towing and trip coverage for up to 3 years. Want more than that? Get a $250 Mopar gift card redeemable for parts and services. Want more? Get more at the Jeep Summer Sales Drive, where you'll find the best selection of Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Not a bad way to end the week. Welcome back, everyone. The world's largest retailer looks to grow abroad, while Arkansas lawmakers look to shrink state government. And more tobacco dollars are finally coming to the state. Roby Brock brings us tonight's First Money Report.
Walmart plans to invest in Japan's #3 retailer, Dai Incorporated, to expand its presence in Asia. The nation's largest retailer has been opening stores abroad to increase profits, but may face competition for Dai from other Japanese retailers and overseas rivals. Walmart has already invested in Japan's #4 retail store, Seiyu. Arkansas lawmakers agreed to studying reorganizing state government. Governor Mike Huckabee had proposed a state government overhaul in the last regular session, but legislators blocked his efforts. Now a joint committee will review potential recommendations between now and January aimed at saving money and making state services run more efficiently. The natural state is set to become $1.3 million richer. Attorney General Mike Beebe announced an agreement with a cigarette manufacturer that will steer the $1 million settlement to Arkansas over the next 10 years. Currently, the state receives about $60 million a year as part of the National Master Tobacco Settlement. That's your First Money Report. I'm Roby Brock for Fox 16.
Just a few weeks before the beginning of the school year, and the results are in for America's best colleges. Once again, Harvard and Princeton universities placed #1 in U.S. News and World Report's ranking of the best colleges of the country. And for the 11th year in a row, Harding University in Searcy made the list as one of the South's best universities. It moved from 26th last year to 22nd. Way to go. Well, the Donald strikes again. This time it's not in the boardroom, but on a board game. We're going to find out how to play this game coming up next.
Attention, Central Arkansas. Quatney Chevrolet has ordered a clearance zone sell-off of all existing inventory. 04 Colorado trucks, just $194 a month. Brand new Cavaliers, $157 a month. Only at Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Rebates up to $6,000. Zero interest, zero down at Quatney. Silverado extended cab pickups, $18,496. 04 Tahoes, $25,987. Clearance zone pricing this weekend only. And only at Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
Looking for an affordable place to live in Little Rock? Valley Heights Apartments on Cantrell Road has it all. Newly remodeled apartments, clubhouse, pool, and a playground. Valley Heights Apartments is the perfect choice for your family. This great location is close to shopping, schools, and bus routes, making them a must-see. Call 666-0248 or visit Valley Heights Apartments today to learn about our move-in specials. Affordable living with all the comforts you'd expect. Valley Heights Apartments, 6900 Cantrell Road, Little Rock, across from Steinmart.
So, are you telling us, Mr. Billy, that you have found something that you agree with your mom's on?
That is correct, Senator.
And what would that be?
Checks. We like it, and our moms like that we like it.
Even without the marshmallow puffs and bright colors, you'll happily eat checks?
That is correct, Senator.
Did you realize that Chex is low in sugar?
Did you know that? No what?
There's one cereal they like that you want them to like. Chex. Everyone's on the same square.
Who voted for these guys? Not me.
Tonight's newscast is sponsored by Gwatney Chevrolet Jacksonville. And tonight's first sports report is sponsored by your Central Arkansas KFC and Honda World of Conway.
I'm in the Colonel's Army and I'm proud to be right wing, left wing, it tastes the same to me. I'll give you hungry, the bucket stops here. Ain't afraid to be chicken, just so we're clear. Getting hungry? Well, that's okay. You're in Chicken Capital USA.
Feed the family at KFC with an 8-piece meal or larger and desserts on the Colonel. Nothing goes better with KFC chicken than a free 8-inch apple pie.
Announcing the first ever world clearance of new Hondas. And where else could it be than Honda World in Conway? Over 200 new Hondas to choose from. Clearance price to move out fast. Accords, Civics, CRVs, Pilots, and Odysseys in all shapes, sizes, and colors. New and certified used. It's a Honda World clearance only at Honda World in Conway. Exit 129 is your entrance to saving.
Now, First Sports with David Rath on Fox 16.
Well, it is getting closer and closer and closer to the start of the big season. Of course, we're talking about college football.
The countdown is on, man.
Oh, bring it on.
Fayetteville's going to be a fun place to be tomorrow.
It certainly is.
Yeah, you should be there.
I'll make a point of it.
Get there early too.
Gonna pack up the car.
Another spirited two-a-day for the Razorbacks. Guard Robert Felton did go down with an injury. They're not sure how serious it is just yet. Tomorrow is Fan Day. Beginning at 10 a.m., players will be available for autographs. Then at 6, the team scrimmages in the stadium. Fans are welcome to watch. Time for another high school preview here. Tonight's team, Conway, and the Wampus Cats, they want more. Conway goes 11-2 last season, reaching the state semis. Gone from that team some key components, though, like Peyton Hillis. But they do have some guys back, including quarterback Brandon Salzberg. He seems confident right now and hopes his senior class can make some history.
This senior class has a chance of being the winningest class ever at Conway High School, and we want to end it that way.
We always have high expectations for all of our teams each and every year, and when the kids come in the program, they know that that we do hopefully have what's considered a winning program, and they want to continue that tradition.
Certainly are a winning program. To the Olympics, and swimmer Michael Phelps won his 4th gold medal, winning the 100 fly, tying Mark Spitz's record for most individual medals, and then decides not to swim in the 4x100 relay, instead letting his teammates swim in his place. A win there would have given Phelps the record. Very generous of him. So as we go to the board here, we see that the U.S. increases its count to 40, China at 36, Russia, Australia, and Japan round out the top 5. On a side note, former Razorback Melvin Lister failed to make the finals of the triple jump, while Matt Hemingway advances in the high jump. Well, in this weekend's Michigan 400, Batesville native Mark Martin's car will have a different look. Wonder Woman will be plastered on the hood. I don't know if he's getting in touch with his feminine side here or not, but he hopes she rubs off on his car come Sunday.
Got a great character, and she stands for everything that's really good, and she knows how to go fast. So we're going to take some information on how she makes that invisible jet work so good and put it to good use.
Whatever floats your boat, man. Trav's happy to be out of El Paso. Outscored 37-6 in those last 2 games at Midland tonight, and they lead 6-1 in the 3rd. That's more like it. To the big boys, Cards, Pirates doing a doubleheader today. Game 1, Jim Edmonds, deep shot to center. Tyke Redmond drifts back, leaps, and robs Edmond of a 2-run homer right there. How sweet is that? Cards wouldn't be denied of this home run, though. John Mabry, solo shot. That to right. Cards win game 1 5-4, and they lead game 2 right now in the 9th 4-3. And finally, we all drank Gatorade because Michael Jordan did. Well, get ready for a new drink. Introducing LeBron James's own thirst quencher. It's called Flava 23, and it's all LeBron. I mean, he chose the flavor out of several choices, chose the wrapper, and obviously chose the name. Flava 23, that's F-L-A-V-A.
Thank you.
And the flavor he chose, sour berry.
Sour.
You like that sour berry taste there?
I'm just curious what the kickback is in his wallet.
I'm sure he's feeling it already. The pants are probably a little
1
higher.
million, 2 million, 3 million.
A few of those, yeah.
He's talented, no question about it. All right, buddy, thanks.
All right.
Well, shows come and go on television, but there are exceptions. Dave's favorite, Sesame Street, crosses a milestone with a big, that's right, crosses a big celebration near Times Square. More about that when Fox 16 News at 9 continues.
I wouldn't be searching for any big birds tomorrow. I don't think they're in season, but if you're out looking for that big fish, probably 6 o'clock is going to be your best time to give it a whirl. Actually, I used this and caught a 5-pound bass last week. How about that? Nonetheless, we've got an update on the rain and your 7-day forecast. That's all coming up next.
Sometimes you just need to get the job done. Silver Moon will show you how with a trailer for every job. Whether you're hauling equipment on our Big Tex utility trailers or trying to keep your tools dry in our Pace enclosed utility cargo trailers, Silver Moon has the trailer to make the job easier and less costly.
We've been helping our customers with their trailer needs for years. Call us today. We'll help you find the right trailer to get the job done.
Silver Moon Trailers.
I am more, much more, than a hospital.
I am turning research into cures.
I am UAMS.
Leading the way in health education.
I am sophisticated care.
For the seriously ill.
I am where you need me most.
I am.
Teaching.
Healing.
Searching.
Serving.
And every day.
Every day.
I come to life in the hands of some of the brightest doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals in Arkansas. UAMS, where medicine lives.
You know what this family needs to do. Rip and dip.
Nothing livens up the ripping and dipping like Pizza Hut's Twisted Crust Pizza. Look at that. Breadsticks baked right into the crust. It's twisted fun. Get a large one-topping Twisted Crust pizza with your choice of 2 delectable dipping sauces for just $10.99. With a soft breadstick crust, you can start your family ripping and dipping, tearing and sharing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not done ripping and dipping.
Yeah! You can only have fun like this when you gather around the good stuff.
Want more? Get more. Get going to the Chrysler Summer Sales Drive, where you're going to have to hurry if you're going to get the Chrysler you want with a $1,000 bonus for up to $5,000 in combined cash allowances on select Chryslers. But you've got to get going because these offers end August 31st. Want more? Get going. See your Chrysler dealer today because summer's almost over and so is the summer sales drive.
Folks, the fine furniture at Hanks is in style, inexpensive, and in stock for immediate delivery. When you make a furniture purchase at Hanks, you can depend on the quality. You can depend on the best possible price, and you can depend on having your furniture when you want it. A $20 million inventory that's in style, inexpensive, and in stock to serve you. Right now at Hanks. Fine furniture.
Former co-anchor of Today and Dateline NBC Jane Pauley reveals she's bipolar. In her autobiography, Pauley writes that she takes lithium to control her mood swings. Pauley says the problem started in 2001 when she came down with a bad case of hives. She took steroids and had a rare reaction that set off the bipolar disorder. Pauley says she spent nearly 3 weeks in the hospital under an assumed name. Her autobiography, Skywriting, will be in bookstores on Tuesday. Well, from boardroom to board game, Donald Trump the Game has been unveiled by Parker Brothers. In the game, players bid on real estate, buy big-ticket items, and make billion-dollar business deals. Players can terminate their opponents by saying, yeah, you guessed it, you're fired, a term made famous on Trump's reality show, The Apprentice. Fox wins round 1 of the court fight to stop its boxing show, The Next Great Champ, from going on air September 10th. Mark Burnett and DreamWorks, who are producing their own NBC version, The Contender, say Fox should be barred from using film of any boxing match that wasn't legally promoted. The judge will decide if there should be a preliminary injunction against having Champ air on September 8th. Well, Sesame Street characters are celebrating the show's anniversary in the Big Apple. These exciting kids and their parents lined up outside the Toys R Us in Times Square to take part in the children's show 35th anniversary. Elmo, Zoe, Big Bird joined Bob McGarth on stage to sing songs and celebrate learning after 35 years. Sesame Street has earned some impressive bragging rights. It has won 97 Emmy Awards and is aired in 120 countries. Wow, believe it or not. And yes, I'll admit it, I was watching Sesame Street early this morning with my daughter. What about you, Nate?
I think the Sesame Street boys have got a little competition. The boys from Australia, the Wiggles. You know the Wiggles?
That's right.
I know all the songs, but we had a little problem with rain here yesterday. As of yesterday, we only had 2/10 of an inch when we should have about 1 3/4 inches. Well, as of the rain that we had last night, we don't have that problem anymore. We're up to 2.7. We're fine for the end of the month, but the question is, are we going to have any more for the end of the month? And we've got pretty much the end of the month coming up on your 7-day forecast. That's next.
Everyone's becoming carb conscious.
Huh. Yeah, even me.
Introducing Arby's new Market Fresh Wraps with tender grilled chicken, authentic cheeses, fresh veggies, and tasty sauces. Try the Chicken Caesar or the Southwest Chicken, each made fresh when ordered on a low-carb wrap. Lots of flavor without a lot of carbs.
I can't wait to wear my new bathing suit.
Try Arby's new Market Fresh Wraps. Counting carbs never tasted so good.
When I was diagnosed with diabetes, I decided to do something about it. I'm Governor Mike Huckabee, and if you have diabetes or know someone who does, we can help. There are diabetes control centers all across Arkansas ready to help you take control of your disease. You'll learn how to make healthy changes in your life, understand medications, receive nutritional counseling, and more. Ask your doctor about a diabetes control center near you. Let's work together for a better state of health.
Summertime is your time for family time, vacation time, for quality time. So come enjoy some great times in your state parks. Arkansas state parks are easy to get to, and there's so much to do. Order your free Arkansas State Parks guidebook today. Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and your Arkansas State Parks. Aren't you glad we've got them?
Now let's go. I got one, want one, gotta get one, gotta have one.
You gotta eat.
Rallies. Where'd you get it? Let me have it, gotta get it, now you got it. Yeah.
You gotta eat.
Rallies. Well, alright. Cool, you got that.
You gotta eat a Rally's Mushroom Swiss Burger or Crispy Fish Sandwich, just 99 cents. Your choice. Mushroom Swiss Burger or Crispy Fish Sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
Give me that. You gotta eat.
Raleigh, Central Arkansas, there's a radio station that specializes in playing classic country music full time. It's Classic Country 106.7, all classic country all the time, so you never have to wait to hear songs from the great artists in country music. Waylon, Willie, Merle, Dolly, Kenny, Johnny, Conway, right on up to the classic songs of recent years. Classic Country 106.7.
Now, your Fox First local forecast.
Pretty much the whole summer we've had this pattern where we'll be cool, then we'll warm up, and then we'll get some rain, then we get cool, then we warm up and get some rain. It's been like that all summer long. That's why we really haven't had that hot of a summer, and that's actually one of the reasons why it's been so wet too. We've actually had storms that are allowed to come down from Canada and make it to the Gulf Coast. This is one of them en route as we speak. Just north of Arkadelphia is the line that we see extending all the way through the state. And we're looking pretty good actually in Little Rock. We have some thunder on the south side of town at this time, a little bit more to the south and west. The worst of it's still up just a bit of the southeast of Searcy at this time. So yeah, we'll go in there and let's go right about there. And as we get closer in there, you can see some of the bolts showing up too. You can see the little lightning strikes there. Those are some fresh ones. Those just happened. And then a couple more just to the west of that as well. So this is the worst of it right here. No severe weather, and I'm not expecting any actually all night, all day tomorrow, and the day after that, because these storms just aren't strong enough, but they will produce some heavy rain. It is kind of arcing out just a little bit as it heads toward Des Arc, who doesn't need any more rain because they've seen plenty over the last few days, but this little bow is going to start to make its way to the east. So if you live east of Des Arc and places like that, just count on seeing some showers as we head through the next several hours or so. But that should be it for the most part. Now we look at what happened last night. As far as the rainfall, we didn't have a lot of rain in the state, but one little ball just kind of formed just to the west of Little Rock, which is right there, and this is it right here. And this thing just kind of flew through rather quickly, and as it did, it made a lot of noise about 5 o'clock in the mornings for those of you that live on the west side of Little Rock, and probably about 5:10 for those of you that live on the east side. But a lot of lightning. I was actually up to see this. It was quite impressive. But look what it did as far as the numbers. Hot Springs Airport, 5.3 inches of rain. That's about 3 times what you'd normally get in August. Hot Springs National Park, 4.7. Des Arc, as we just mentioned, they got 3.3 last night. They'll add on to that here in just a few hours. And Little Rock, we picked up 2.9, which was a record. Benton, 2.6. And North Little Rock, 2.5 inches, all with that little cluster of storms that moved through early this morning. So that was quite intense. And it looks like that's going to be the end of the really, really heavy stuff for at least a few days or so. 79 is what we have now. We have a southwest wind at 7. So that's another trick that we look for. When those winds are out of the southwest, that tells us our front has not come through yet. When those turn to the northwest, then we'll see that cooler, drier air come to town because it's still a little bit juicy out there now. But eventually that cooler air will make its way in. But the difference is, a lot of times those cool airs will come down and stick around for a few days. Not this batch. It's actually just going to give us a glancing blow and then retreat up to the north. But there's our front right there. That's going to continue to work its way down to the south. And as that does that, then we'll see the things quiet down. No real thick clouds. You have to go way down into Texas for that. We look at super satellite for that. So tomorrow, 84 degrees, a little bit warmer because we'll see a little bit more sunshine. Some storms early, and then they'll push to the south as we make our way through the day. You live along the southern part of the state, that's going to be the best chance of rain pretty much for the whole weekend. 87 for the high. As we even get more sunshine in here on Sundays, those storms slide down there. The front that gave us all this rain, it's just not in a real big hurry to go anywhere. So it's going to hang out down south of us, pretty much sit on top of El Dorado for the next couple of days. But then Monday and Tuesday, it misses us. So it's coming back, and that's when we get another chance of rain. And then it'll leave us alone as we head into the middle part of next week.
The rain totals, that was quite shocking. I didn't realize it was that much, though.
I think Charlie came here.
It kind of felt like it, didn't it?
It was, that lightning was just, you couldn't count to 3 between flickers on that lightning. It was pretty intense out there.
I thought it was just a dream.
Not quite.
Not quite, yeah. All right, thanks a lot,
Sure.
Nate. Well, no one likes it when the lights go out. We experienced that yesterday during yesterday morning's, or last night's storms, I should say. Sunspots and solar flares are just some of the causes, but guess what? Now solar scientists are coming up with new technology that can actually predict them and help keep your power on. That story tomorrow night on Fox 16 News at 9. We needed that technology yesterday.
Yeah, well, we needed something more like a really large generator.
Yeah, good idea. Well, thank you very much for watching Fox 16 News at 9. Of course, Kathleen, Nate, and Justin will be here tomorrow. Yeah, you got to work tomorrow, buddy. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Tonight's closed captioning is sponsored by Landers Automotive Group. In a recent issue of the Arkansas Times, Fox 16 is the cover story. The Times says Fox 16 reinvents the wheel with a 1-hour newscast, adding that not many could argue that its main set isn't the slickest in the market. The Times also writes, when Fox 16 gets hold of a story, the depth it is able to go into with the luxury of time is enlightening. Find out why KLRT has Arkansans everywhere believing in Fox 16 News at 9. First, complete, local.
Looking for an affordable